Greetings and welcome back. We've seen how geocentrism fails to match even basic observations of the cosmos. And what happens when geocentrists try to explore space. We've seen how they are unable to present a simple, coherent model that explains all motions that we observe and measure. The application of simple, universal physics explains much that geocentrism can't. The application of simple, universal physics explains much that geocentrism can't. That it explains everything that geocentrism can't. But how else do we know that Earth isn't the mysteriously inexplicable centre of the universe? Changes in Earth's position and velocity result in observable effects that are either explicable by a moving Earth or by more layers of hand-waving physics-defying horse shit.
That looked so much like he was watching Kathy Baker over
Let's start with position. Everyone knows that if you move in any direction, nearby objects move within your field of view far more than distant ones. This apparent displacement of objects between different lines of sight is parallax, and it's the basis of our depth perception. Measuring the distance to an object using parallax is simply a case of trigonometry. If you want to know how far away some landmark is, you can move some distance b perpendicular to the original line of sight, and measure the change in angle needed to point at the landmark again. You can then work out the distance using the bog standard tangent formula. What's true for landmarks is true for anything else, at any distance. The more distant the object is, though, the smaller the angle of parallax. This initially posed problems, as even the nearest stars are so far away that the angles involved are very small. Early telescopes weren't up to the job either, and mankind was busy discovering other things with them and refining the technology. It would take another 2 centuries before parallax was measured for the first time. In 1838, Friedrich Bessel succeeded with the star 61 Cygni. He derived its distance as 10.4 light-years, not far from more refined measurements of 11.41 light-years. Friedrich Struve measured the parallax of Vega, and Thomas Henderson measured it for Alpha Centauri in the same year. By the end of the 19th century, the parallax of only about 60 stars was known. Such is the precision required, plus the fact that astronomers simply couldn't know which stars would have parallax within the limits of their ability to measure it. As measuring techniques and the quality of equipment increased, so too did the accuracy with which parallax could be measured, and the number of stars for which it could be. Back to our simple formula. The longest baseline we can have on Earth is the distance to the Sun, so b is 1 astronomical unit. In astronomy, angles measured are very small. Degrees are subdivided into 60 minutes of 60 seconds. As angles tend towards 0, so too does the tangent of the angle. For very small angles, there is very little difference between them. Our parallax formula becomes d equals 1 over p. For parallax calculations, it is convenient to specify the angle in arcseconds. If a star has a parallax angle of 1 arcsecond, d would be 1 over 1. 1 watt. This is where a seemingly